Good morning, everyone. We're in Civil 3D today, and we are looking at some COGO points that are defining an alignment, or that are placed on an alignment, and they've got some label styles. Here you can see what is on the screen. So we've got these COGO points, and they were placed on an alignment. In addition to that, the alignment itself was copied, twice exploded, and the resulting lines were turned into a polyline. And then this polyline was moved back onto the alignment. So that's the situation that we are sitting with. We've got these COGO points. They are all placed on the 0 elevation for starters. And they are on this alignment. And the question that was asked in a forum, and that somebody pointed me to, was, can you use a Dynamo script to rotate the labels so that they are in a specific orientation with respect to that polyline? There's an example of what they described. We had a look at this script, or at the graph, and the client's brief was we must be able to drag the COGO point labels out into some other position. And now they would like that to be perpendicular. The orientation of the label at least must be perpendicular to the polyline. Obviously one can do the same with all of these ones over here. Now let's have a look at the script, or at the graph. This is the graph as it was downloaded off the internet from the forum. And we'll see we will have two inputs, point group and the polyline. And then it will get the geometry. That's where you can select the polyline and you get its geometry from there. Here you can get the COGO points from a group name. That then inputs that, and it also gets those objects' geometry. It calculates the curve parameter, the polyline coordinate system, the COGO coordinate system, and it then ultimately uses those coordinate systems to calculate the angle between those two. So that's dependent upon the starting position of the rotation. And then at the top over here you can see the difference in angle that the text must be rotated to. I want to rotate that by 270. And then you'll see that the label rotation can then be set over there, and there we get the list count coming out. So if we want to run the script, we need the point group name. Let's grab that quickly. I just used a copy of all points. We need that name. To input as the group name, and then we also need to select the polyline, which will be this polyline over there. And then we run the script. And over here we can see we're getting an error. And the reason for that error was because the elevation wasn't set to 0. All right. Let's try that again. this time. Just quickly select that, and the rotation is set to 0. So let's go back to our script and run that script. Okay, so now you can see that the text is basically aligned to there, and if we want to change that, we once again have to reset the label rotation. Let's go and have a look at the script again. We set the angle 360. We run the script. There we can see how it's now rotated that angle of the labeling so that it's more easily readable. So what is happening when we change the elevation of one of those points? We are getting an error and the graph fails. The question was, how do we fix that? And the answer came down to this node over there. So we just reorganized the graph a little bit, and where we're getting the geometry points, we're mapping the points that we are getting from Dynamo, and we are saying that the Z value must be 0. So we're creating a new set of points from the original points, and we're inputting Z to 0. And there we can see the rest of the graph is exactly the same. Again, we're using copy all points. We're going to select the polyline. Let's first of all reset all of these labels. The rotation. We'll set the label rotation back to 0. The point elevation is going to change. We go to Dynamo. We select the polyline. We make sure that our angle of rotation is set back to 360. And now we run it again. This time we can see, even though that COGO point has an elevation, the error is eliminated. And the script concludes successfully. So this is an example of where Dynamo is starting to get used with Civil 3D. The graphs are not always going to give you what you'd like, especially if you download them off the internet, but maybe with a bit of changing of those graphs, you can then get hold of the correct result. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this short video, and have a look at Dynamo for Civil 3D. Perhaps you can also join the conversation online and learn a little bit about automation within Civil 3D using Dynamo. Until next time, enjoy Civil 3D.